Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Where There You Go. I am Titus Brush, and this is
Kevin Whiteside.
we're getting ready to jump into some very heavy details on this film by Paul Thomas called One Battle After Another. Okay, this film is played by Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity, Vincino del Toro, and Sean Penn and Regina Hall. All right, so on my personal aspects, all the actors and actresses did a very great job in this film. This is Chase Infinity's very first debut film. I knew nothing about the young girl until I went to go see the film, and she did a very, very, very great job playing this very detailed and dramatic role. Okay. Also, Bob Ferguson, who was played by Leonardo DiCaprio, who has the daughter Willow Ferguson, that is also played by Chase Infinity. Okay, these two did a very, very wonderful job. I appreciate Leonardo DiCaprio. He nailed every aspect of this film for you when it comes to in the relationships of being a father and going through all this traumatic stuff. Okay, let's jump into some things about the shooting. Shooting to me was very, very, very great. They had a very, very great parts of the scenes in Sacramento that were shot here, man. So it's kind of on a personal level for me. So all you Sacramento folks, or if you're not from Sacramento, but personally to the Sacramento folks here, if you live anywhere in these areas of the downtown area, they shot very, very good scenes here around the courthouse, around J Street, Archives Plaza, the Golden Bridge, and also areas of the alley areas of these areas in Sacramento. Okay. So with this being said, I had a very, very personal relationship with this seeing these particular scenes because I travel public transportation almost every day. So I see a lot of this stuff. So when I got to see these particular scenes, it was very, very great shooting to me. They had chase scenes that were going through the alleyways and on J Street, and going down to the courthouse and everything like that. Okay. So now going on to the plot of this story, this starts as a Revolutionary War, okay, and it translates into a very dramatic role between Colonel Lockjaw, and Bob Ferguson and Willow, who have to pretty much stay as far as they can ahead of this guy because this guy is so twisted, is so infatuated with the fact that he was in love with Leo's girl, Tiana Taylor, that was played in this film, and then also the fact that he had a daughter by Tiana Taylor in the film that you guys will see. Now, when it comes to musical aspects of this film gets very, very, very dramatic. It kind of has some political aspects on it. So just it just goes down to like how the film is pretty much going to make you feel. Personally, it made me feel very, very, very close in battle with this film and understanding why they go through one battle after another. It's a very, very stress level thing. You get to see all the traumatic events that happen through all the actors' eyes. I love how Paul Thomas draws you in with a lot of the dramatic music, a lot of the dramatic scenes and shooting, as well as how the characters bring you in with the dramatics and the shooting and the scenes as well. Okay. So they did something very, very great in the beginning of this film that I haven't seen in many other films as far as like getting a shot with these people in it. I won't spill it for you because you're gonna have to go watch it yourself. But it was a very, very great thing. I got excited about it. I don't really see this from a lot of people, producers and writers that do this. It's very kind of hard to do that. Also, it brings you, draws you into the climax of the film. They have a highway scene. Kayla will explain a little more about that when he talks more of the technical details on it, how they shot it and everything like that. So this film gets very exciting. It gets very personal. It gets very deep. But it's all down to how it's going to make you feel. And my personal score, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for me because it's in all totality when it comes to the acting, the shooting, the music aspects of it, just the dramatics of it, how they draw you in on every of all the drama that happens in this film. So I will turn over to Kalen. He's going to give you guys some technical aspects on it, and we're going to go from there.
PTA, he's a very good director. Um, all the movie he directs, he writes all of his scripts, so he's very good at world building. So the technical aspect of it, when he shoots his film, he shoots it off a 35 millimeter film camera versus digital cameras that most directors use nowadays. So his films always have like a cinematic, vintage, old school look to it. It's very good, appeasing on the eye because it's something different that we don't usually see. He always has this good color grading. Usually when you're a low character. You're not really high personality. You're more down. He dresses him in dark clothing, and then he also contrasts that with very saturated surroundings around him. So it really just shows the emotion, the full character about it. When he shoots, he always has very good emotional scenes. He writes very good emotional scenes. There's a family conflict through it, throughout the whole film. You know, they're trying to get through certain events to avoid lockjaw. How he shot Sacramento was pretty cool. He had bird's eye view, tracking scenes. It was a very good shot film. The sound in the beginning of the movie, it was like an all-out war. You feel like you're in a war movie. Um, the sound also with the tracking of the chase scene. That was also the best shot scene I would say probably in about the last 5 years. When you were chasing, I'm not gonna give too much away, but it just felt like you were the actual person chasing rather than watching the actor chase the other actor. As for the performances that he said, I think the performances get enhanced through his shooting of it. For example, Regina Hall, she was a very emotional person in this movie. They had a lot of close-ups on her. DiCaprio, you know, he's always flipping out in movies. They had the close-ups on him, the tracking him. Overall, like Titus said, I think it's a 8 out of 10. Very good editing, jumping from scene to scene. They're having multiple conversations. From this scene, jumps to that scene. All in all, I think this is a movie that should be supported. Everyone should go watch it because what's happening nowadays is all the movies are getting watered down. They're just making sequels and prequels and Fast and Furious 18, Avengers 27. You know, if we support movies like this, we'll get more original content, like it's Sinners or Weapons in this movie. And this movie's also been getting Oscar buzz for DiCaprio's performance, Sean Penn's performance. Even Regina Hall gets a few buzz about it. So if you got $15, $20, get you a bucket of popcorn and soda, you have a nice time at the movies because it's honestly one of the best movies of the year. It's top three. Um, you don't get to see many movies like this on a artistic form like PTA because he just has a different style about it. So if you're a person that likes film, you're going to film school, or you're just a fan of cinema, you got any questions about how to shoot something, the editing, the sound, the costume design, the backgrounds, all this, all your answers on your questions will be answered with this movie. So overall, I think it's an 8 out of 10. You should go watch it.
You go, folks. That's our quick outtake on the film, man. Just like Caitlin said, this film is original. It's gonna bring everybody home. It's gonna actually speak to you personally too, as just being a person and a human. Just with all the character things that goes on, all the dramatics and stuff like that. So these things are very relatable. But as we said, Sean Penn, I cannot stress it enough, man. This guy just did an amazing job, man. It's just gonna bring everything home, and he didn't fall off the whole film. I mean, this guy was in character the whole damn way of this film, which is very, very hard to do. We don't have to sell Leo for you guys. If you guys understand how Leo is, he's going to sell everything for you too. There's going to be so many scenes in here that you're going to understand that is so personal to folks when it comes to being a father and dealing with other things like this dramatic stuff that happens in life. Okay. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is the very first episode of Where There You Go. Please like and subscribe, and we hope to see you guys soon later on in the near future. And me and Kaylin will be tuning in with you guys with more reviews. Okay. Talk to you guys later.
I've had a few.
A few what?
Few small beers.